guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be discussing Battleground Season 25 upcoming nodes, what's good about them, what do you think about them, and also in the end we will be taking a look at the new Alliance War season. Not going to do a separate video on Alliance War season because hardly anything there has changed. But meanwhile, Battleground Season 25 meta is here, just a teeniest bit early. Summoners to get your rosters, well, the information is here early. Grand Banquet right around the corner, so we know who to rank basically. So the new Battleground season is going to start on Wednesday, January the 8th. Regular season is going to be January the 5th, January on 15th. That's, yeah, on 8th it finishes, 15th it's, 8th finishes the current season, preseason starts, and then regular season starts on January 15th. So, the victory track is going to be Decay, so the current war tactic effectively. So attackers are immune to placebo buffs whenever they trigger buff immunity. You inflict opponent with a wizard debuff lasting 8 seconds. Attackers gain 35% resistance to the damage over time effects for each debuff on the defender. This also includes bursts of damage and stuff like that. When the defender is knocked down, there is a 25% chance per debuff to activate and inflict them with a slow debuff. So you have handy access to slow. Sugar Pill, making contact with the defender, has 100% chance to grant the attacker 12-second placebo buff, max 5. At max charge, the buff refresh themselves instead of reapplying the new one. Whenever a buff expires or is nullified, there's a 50% chance for the defender to gain Unstoppable passive lasting 5 seconds. And on top of that, we have Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. And again, all the Decay champions would be immune to this, kind of. Because remember, the Decay only gives you immunity to placebo debuffs, and then whenever you trigger a buff immunity, only then you get to inflict your withers. So if you have a Decay champion, but you're not inflicting debuffs, which is going to be rare, because most of those champions inflict debuffs themselves, you know, you will still have to account for Hazard Shift. But Decay, you know, is very, 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 very potent against Hazard Shift. That said, because it's Hazard Shift, you know, champions like Ghost and Kingpin, and just like, you know, flat out immune champions like, I don't know, Red Hulk will work, or pseudo immune champions will work very well. And then in Gladiator circuit, we are going back to 2 metas. Thank God. This one meta a month thing was not working out. So I do like that we're going back to 2 at the very least. So for weeks 1 and 2, it's going to be basically the victory track meta plus Rise to Power, which is when the defender is knocked down, a 4-second timer starts. While active, each time defender lands a hit or strikes into the block, they gain a 30% of a bar of power. So, you know, you need to be careful for 4 seconds after a knockdown. For the most part, it is something that you can kind of play around. It will definitely make some champions more annoying on defense, but yeah, for the most part, the first 2 weeks in the Gladiator circuit is going to be basically the same meta as victory track. Bit harder. And then the deciding meta, the meta that you should, in theory, be ranking for champions if you want to place higher in Gladiator circuit. The meta that's going to determine your final position in the season is going to be Safeguard 2%, not 1%, so prevents the defender from losing more than 2% health from any source while being struck or blocking hits. Then we have Light 'em Up. Whenever the defender is suffering from a shock or incinerate debuff, they also suffer 200% reduction to their evade and auto block ability accuracy. And Mixmaster. If the attacker attempts the same basic attack twice in a row, the defender has 100% chance to evade attack. So Mixmaster Safeguard meta. This definitely immediately becomes quite interesting. For the most part, I think, you know, the strong suit should, in theory, be the skill class. Because, you know, you have Bullseye who can shut down evades to begin with. Then we have, you know, Shang-Chi, slow. That would work. But can you do medium? Will there be enough time? Interesting. Then we have, you know, Jabari's, Atumas, all of them have, or many of them have some sort of evade prevention effect. Or like Black Cat reduces the ability accuracy on the evade too. Massacre, access to incinerate. Elsa, Cold Snap, and Incinerate, both of whom in this case would shut down the evades. Crossbones. So basically what I'm trying to say is I kind of expect on the first glance this to be a fairly you know, skill-centric meta. At the same time, I do think plenty of mutants will do fine, because we do have, you know, Sunspot, Negasonic, access to Incinerate. Then we have just, you know, your general await counters against Bishop. Bishop wouldn't be that great, I guess. But yeah, I do kind of expect interesting things. Also, champions that typically could be very hard defenders but get nuked easily could be doing better than normal. Somebody like Ebony Maw, for instance. Because, you know, dragging out fights against champions like that is going to be quite tricky. There we go. And that is the new Battleground season. Still a while. Still have time to rank up. I will... Let me know if you guys want me to do the MVP or predicted MVPs video dropping some point sooner, with the same idea that you prepare for Banquet, or like I normally do it just before the season starts. Because there will be some interesting champions here for sure that I think will be great defensively and offensively. I do look forward to the season, not gonna lie, because I quite liked the Decay Sugar Pill nodes in general. They're not too bad. And this also sounds quite interesting, on paper at the very least. That Safeguard, you know, plus mix, it sounds annoying, but it does sound quite interesting as well. And then we also have Alliance Wars season meta. Now, nothing basically changes with Alliance Wars season. There's some major changes coming in the Alliance Wars. There's nothing really changing. I don't know why they said that. This has to be like some sort of cookie cutter text that we're excited to share with you. These changes include massive content updates as well as plans to do in scoring Alliance Wars going forward. Stay excited. Oh, the next season. Okay, so the season after. So yeah, because in this season there is no major changes. But I do look forward to season 56, I guess, then. So we have season 55 will kick off on January the 7th, because the preseason will start now. We're going to have like a 3-week preseason now. And the bans, basically that's it. We're still going to have Decay and Sugar Pill as our main tactics for Alliance War for the next season. And so the blacklist is going to be Titanium Photon. No Titaniums and Photons in the next metas. Whitelist will be Lady Deathstrike, Luke Cage as normal. And then, for whatever reason, they whitelisted Guillotine Deathless, She-Hulk Deathless, Vision Deathless, King Groot Deathless, Thanos Deathless, also known as Maidenless Thanos. What? Why Thanos has no maidens? I don't understand. He's so strong, allegedly, and he has no maidens. Okay, anyways. The one thing that I do personally find extremely hilarious is that Vision Deathless is on the whitelist. I'm almost willing to guarantee, like, I'd put money on the fact, like, I put a lot of money on the fact that Deathless Vision has never been banned by any competitive alliance ever. Yeah, I'd be quite willing to make that bet. I'd be quite willing to make that bet for Deathless, Guillotine, and King Groot as well, to be honest. But especially for Vision Deathless. I am willing to wager $100 that nobody in like any, you know, meaningful levels of Alliance War has ever banned Deathless Vision. Okay, he's on whitelist though, so you can't ban him anymore. In expert tier, Titanium Photons on the blacklist, Lady Deathstrike, Count Nefaria is on the whitelist, interesting. And then challengers, Titania and Void. And yeah, all the Deathless champions, you cannot ban them, basically. So those are the events for what's coming, is who you should possibly be basing some of your rank ups on for. Yeah, obviously not much for Alliance War, but again, Battlegrounds, I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'm very happy that we get 2 metas back, because for one meta to work somewhat well, the meta has to be great. And we all know that has not been the case necessarily. And even a good meta started to feel very kind of like tedious couple weeks in. Like weeks 3 and 4 were like, just want to play some, you know, different champions and so on. So, here we go. That's the update for Alliance War and Battlegrounds. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, we have all the information about the next